gorgeous light beings, my healers, my star seeds, my light workers. Welcome back to my channel, the Pleiadian Priestess. Thank you for joining me here today. So today's reading is going to be about when and how will you move out. Okay, I plan to post it on Wednesday. So Wednesday is the day of Mercury, which is movement. Okay, so we're going to be getting into how and when will you be moving. It's also Jupiter in Cancer, and Cancer has to do with the house, the home, the roots. So I don't know, I've been feeling called to do this kind of reading, so let's get into it. Somebody may need to hear this right now, so let's see. Okay, how and when will you move out? Let's get into it. We have 3 groups here because I wanted to look a little intro because we have like a new decks. I went crazy yesterday. I bought a whole bunch of new decks and I'm excited. I just feel like I need a new deck or few decks every once in a while to keep the energy fresh, you know? So let's get into it. I'm going to open the decks here after we go over the 3 groups. If you want to go straight to your group, the timestamps will always be in the description box. But if you want to stick around and watch the unboxing, you can do that as well. But for group 1, we have the Green Aventurine. Let's see if we can... There it is. We have the Green Aventurine Mushroom for group 1. For group 2, we have the lepidolite crystal. The lepidolite crystal. I love the top. It's beautiful. It gives like a storm when they're tracking it on the map, right? And then, don't do that. For group 3, we have the rhodonite crystal. And she's just definitely giving like one of those exotic creatures, you know, that have the spots and they say stay away from them because they may be poisonous kind of energy. And then we have a little bit of brown coming through right there, which is really pretty. But it's mostly just like black and like a light pinky color, as you can see. So you're going to choose the shroom or the mushroom that calls out to you the most. Of course, each crystal has its own meaning, you know, the things that they're used for. So we're going to get into that during your reading. But as of right now, just choose based on looks, vibes, all that good stuff. You can also skip to the thumbnail images. And yeah. Okay, so we're going to get into the cards, though. We're going to move these out of the way. So I'm using 3 new decks today. So if you want to stick around and see me unbox them, you can do that. First and foremost, we're going to start off with the Fairies Oracle deck and guidebook. So I am someone who definitely resonates very heavily with fairies. I do consider myself I call myself a fairy. I feel like I was born from the fairies. I just have a connection to them. I don't know why. And it started with Tinkerbell. When I was growing up, I also have a connection to mermaids, but they're the next deck I'm going to pull from. But I do feel like I'm more of a fairy than a mermaid, so that's why I got both. Initially, I was only going to get the Mermaids Oracle deck because it has more like, I like the meanings on the cards better than I liked in this deck. But look how beautiful she is. The back is gorgeous, okay? The front is gorgeous, and I love how we're talking about moving and when will you be moving. At the bottom of the deck, you have north, south, east, and west. Like, gorgeous. So that is the Fairy Oracle deck, okay? You might need the book during this reading. The next one is the Mermaids Oracle deck. She's very cute. Okay, and at first I was just gonna get this one because, like I said, the meanings on the cards like had more. I don't know. I like the look of them better, or how they sounded, I guess I should say. And this is like wrapped up in a different way, but they're both the same kind of deck. Very interesting. This is like more, how should I say it? Shadowy, filmy, and it's easier to break. Interesting. Like that they're made by the same people, but are they? But you see how this is coming off in a different way than the other one was coming off. Very interesting. But they're definitely giving the same vibe, so I don't know. Stuff in the garbage. So this was at the bottom of this one. We have Hidden Treasure, and then this is the back of this one. And blue is definitely like my favorite color, so this deck was calling out to me. And I love how we have an anchor, but then we have Venus. The Venusian symbol, I guess, at the top. And then In this one, we have the moon and the sun. So elemental. We have those. And then last but not least, we have the tarot deck, which is, what is this tarot deck? The Modern Goddess Tarot. I saw it and I just had to have it. This is what she looks like. Okay. The Modern Goddess Tarot. I'm trying to show you to the side. Maybe I can move it up a little bit more. Yeah, like this. The Modern Goddess Tarot. Call upon the divine feminine. This is what she looked like, okay? This is what she looks like. She's cute. Let's open the deck and see what she looks like. I'm excited. I feel like I needed new tarot decks more than anything else. Even though I have so many at home, but I don't use. I have shopping issues, I know. I'm a shopaholic, don't mind me. Okay, the box is like box. It's giving box. Usually tarot decks have like a lamination around the box. This is just giving box. Little ASMR for y'all. Sorry if you hate ASMR like I do. But that just felt like it was necessary. Okay, so we have the box right there. And then we have, this is a hefty book. But let's get to the cards. That's what we're here for. Hopefully they're like a good stock, because I can't stand bad card stock. As someone who loves them a good shuffle, you know? And these are like a good size. I love that. Oh, so are they laminated? They are laminated, but look how cute she is. Oh, she's cute. I love it. Okay, they're laminated. This is the back. Very beautiful. I love the new vibe, the new patterns coming through. And then we have the sun and the moon coming through once again. So I love that I chose these decks to be used together. Like, it has a little bit of, you know, glow to it. But that's about it, though, for the unboxing. Thank you for staying with me if you did stay for this little 2-second, this like few minute unboxing. Okay, but we're going to get into the reading, so you can now skip ahead to your group 1, group 2, or group 3. Thanks for hanging with me, okay? Of course, I'll talk more about the decks in the reading, the actual reading, but that was my little unboxing, little moment, okay? There's more to come because there's more decks that I got, but that was today's reading. Now we're going to get into when and how you be moving, getting your own place, stuff like that. And I'll see you at your reading. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 1s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 1 or you chose this cute little green adventuring mushroom, look at her. She's so small. Then you're in the right place. Today's reading is going to be about how and when we move out. I forgot what the meaning of today's reading. And I literally just said it in the intro for a few minutes ago. But basically, the reading is going to be about how will you move out. Okay? Get your own place, stuff like that, okay? There's Jupiter in Cancer, and there's also, there was another something that inspired me to do this reading. It's something that's been on my heart for a long time, honestly, and I wanted to do it for a long time, but I plan to post it on Wednesday, and Wednesday is the day of like Mercury, and Mercury is like communication, travel, so I feel like it would be a cute reading to post on a Wednesday. And then, like I said, Jupiter's in Cancer, so that's another reason why I maybe feel called to do this kind of reading. So let's get into the deck. If you skipped through the intro, good for you. But I did get a bunch of new decks, okay, and I unboxed a few of them. This is the tarot deck that I got, the newest one. It's gorgeous, and it's called the Modern Goddess Tarot. It is laminated, so there may be a little bit of a glare, but don't mind that. But they're actually pretty gorgeous. Honestly, I'm excited to get into them, so let's get into it, okay? I love a very colorful, beautiful, pretty deck. For you guys, always, for group 1, when I open up a new deck, you guys get the full at the bottom, okay? But let's keep going and see what comes through. How? That's a good shuffle, but look at all the dust. How ghetto. Don't mind that. The cards need to break in. You know, get a little broken in. Okay. I want to know how and when will you move out, I think is a question that I asked. I'm not 100% sure. This is why I try to write the question down before I start doing the reading, because my mind just, once I start channeling and pulling cards, my mind acts like she don't know how to work sometimes. Yes, the question was how and when will you move out and get your own place, okay? So here we have the Lovers, and then we have the Six of Cups. Interesting. They're very beautiful. I love this deck already. Like, oh, she's beautiful. Let's keep going. Let's get into it. The Lovers is still at the bottom of the deck. And Lovers is like when you make a choice, when you decide to choose yourself. Because as we can see, usually the Lovers is about two people choosing each other or making a decision, period. This is when you finally make the decision to choose yourself and put yourself first. And I know sometimes that can be hard for certain people. But that's definitely what's coming through. And I love how she's wearing like a love is love pin on her shirt. If you can see it right there, it says love is love, okay? So, of course, I guess they're including, you know, everybody in the deck. So it's like an inclusive deck, which I love as well. But the Lovers is always usually about choosing someone else or falling in love with someone else. This is when you're starting to pour more into yourself. And some people even say it all the time that having your own place, even though it's like financially stressful, it's like freeing in the kind of way, especially when you've spent so long in a family household or in a roommate situation or living under other people and having to consider them. Just realizing that you having a place to come home to and be yourself, not having to worry about the outside world or anybody else, is worth more than any, you know, I don't know, like saving money by living at home with your parents. You know, if you can't afford it and in some way, shape, or form you're able to be on your own and like make little moves to like get your own place or something, I do believe it's worth it. And people say it's worth it as well. So let's see. But when you decide to choose yourself, it's the vibe that's coming through for you guys. Let's see what else comes through. Okay. Please Spirit tap into the energy of my group ones, and when will they move out and get their own place? And you know what? I've been hearing the song. I've been singing it, like not even singing it, but I was listening to it during work, and it was coming throughout the whole like intro and now in your reading. And I'm like, no, the song has nothing to do with the reading. It's just coming through because I was listening to it earlier. But now that I'm thinking about it, and you got like at the bottom of the deck of the Lovers, which is like choosing yourself. And the song is like Vodka Cranberry by Conan Gray. And he's like, speak up. I know you hate me. Looked in the mirror or looked at your picture and cried like a baby. So something about speaking up and telling someone you don't like them. I don't know. Like this could have to do if you have like a living situation where you are roommates with someone. You finally being able to speak up and say, I can't stand you. I need to leave. Like I need to go. Or you finally admitting to yourself that you hate who you are around these certain people. You know, I mean, like putting yourself first. Either way, there's something here about speaking up, putting yourself first, and like moving forward, or put on your big girl pants or big boy pants, okay? But for my group ones, please, Spirit, can I get a card, please? For when? We'll start off with when. When will they move out and get their own place, please, Spirit? That was, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like hard work. You have to put a lot of hard work into it. Or when you start working on your own craft. Either way, the Eight of Pentacles is like putting a lot of time and energy into perfecting something for the betterment of yourself, okay? So you're working more hours, you're putting in the effort. Either way, Eight of Pentacles or Pentacles in general have to do with hard work, blood, sweat, and tears. So that may be something you have to do in order to afford this house. How will you move out? You have to work and mine the whole day through. Like them damn, what is it called? Not munchkins, please. Dwarves in Snow White. They wanted to have a good life. They wanted to afford specific stuff. So they had to work. You know what I mean? They had to tire themselves out doing a bunch of stuff. If you're someone who paints, you have to paint a bunch of, you know, portraits and get some commission. Paint a bunch of, not portraits. I can't talk today. paint some paintings and sell them. If you work in any other kind of job, you have to pick up more hours and put and save some money. The Eight of Pentacles, I feel like, can also mean like saving and putting things away, right? Or using your savings to start looking for something as well, you know? So how you move out when you're working really hard, or when you get a job, or when you start working more hours at a specific job, or maybe when you get offered more hours. That could be something coming through as well. When you get offered more hours, you would of course have more money to, like, you know, afford rent. How will they move out, please, Spirit? My group ones, how will they move out and get their own place? I'm also hearing working together. That's very interesting. That's very much Three of Pentacles energy. My group ones, please, Spirit, how will they move out? We have the Queen of Swords, learning more. Then we have Ten of Cups. So maybe you're meant to, these cards are so beautiful. Maybe you're meant to, like, ask a bunch of friends to, like, move out with you. So I do feel like even if you're not, like, having your own private house, or, you know, having your own private apartment, living with friends would be so much easier than living with maybe parents who don't want to let you grow up, or they want to have too much control over your life. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. How will you move out? When you're happy, when you're surrounded by people you care about, when you're surrounded by community. Queen of Swords is when you make smarter decisions, when you have discernment, when you get like you have an epiphany moment and you realize the path forward is quite clear, okay? So the Eight of Pentacles is working hard. The Queen of Swords is asking, looking, searching, finding information. So when you finally put that step forward, or when you put your best foot forward and start searching for places in your area, trying to find something in your budget, you know, and if not, then maybe leaning on friends and asking your friends, hey, if I did this, would you be willing to move out with me and, like, you know, share a place? You know, I got a job, you got a job, we both are living with family right now, we may not like it. What about if we move out together and make our own different family, you know, make our own family? The Ten of Cups isn't usually about a group of people huddling together. It's usually about love and family and happily ever after vibes. But I do feel like your friends may be involved in your happy ever after, or your friends may be your happily ever after, or your friends may be your family, and it's time for you to start a new family and build something with them. Even if it's you have like a house and all your friends living in the house, but of course you may have different parts of the house, different rooms, so you have your own space and it is your house because you're paying, but you're also sharing it with friends and people who will let you be you, right? Something about expanding. I don't know. There's something here. The Eight of Pentacles is not usually about creativity, but that's what it's getting me. Like, you know, working really hard on your maybe side hustles or extracurricular activities or your creative pursuits. Working harder on those so you can get money to afford these things, right? Because Ten of Cups is kind of doing what makes you the most happy. That could be how you move out, when you're doing things that make you the most happy. Hanging out with friends, going out, networking, asking people, asking around. Is anybody looking for a roommate in your friend group? And does your friends know anyone who's selling a house or may need a roommate, you know, that you trust, that they trust as well? You know what I mean? The Queen of Pentacles is being inquisitive and asking questions, being nosy, getting down to the bottom of it, being like a journalist, like asking all the right questions, you know, interviewing people, getting to know stuff, researching, you know, that's the kind of energy coming through for us. So how will you move out? When you're at your most happy, when you feel confident enough to embark on this journey, because it's not for the weak. It's not for the faint of heart, and it's not for people who don't have a support group around them. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. You need that. That's something that I'm hearing you need in order for this to work. Geez Louise, okay? So we have Eight of Pentacles, working hard, saving, mastery. So mastering your money and spending it, maybe saving it, right? Maybe you have like a nest egg put away, or maybe you should start having a nest egg put away, you know, working whatever you make from a side hustle or a side project, you put in a nest egg to afford to move on. Before you know it, it will accumulate, right? And then you will have some money to put down a deposit, to put down first and last month's rent, stuff like that. So when it's time for you and you do find a place, you have the money to give. Now, we have the Queen of Swords asking around, looking, searching, going online to newspapers, going into your local neighborhood and looking. Sometimes people put like those signs on a telephone pole or whatever. They say we have guitar lessons, we have Spanish speaking lessons, we have this lessons, we have that lessons, we have food, we have this. Like maybe one of those one day you go looking has like I'm looking for a roommate or a room for cheap or a rent for apartment for cheap. But it's because you were out there looking intentionally, looking with intention. The Queen of Swords is not doing anything for no reason. She's not doing it just for the la-di-da of it all. She's doing it with outcome in mind. She wants something. She's researching something either for a project or for her own personal development. And this house or your own place would be your personal development. So we have that coming through. And then we have Ten of Pentacles, which I keep saying Ten of Pentacles. That's crazy. Can you not? So family may have something to do with this, okay? But Ten of Cups here is giving when you're ultimately fulfilled and happy, okay? So whatever that means for you, okay? Okay. The Queen of Swords is also an energy about being very discerning about who you tell things to, who you let into your life, and who you move in with, essentially, or, make deals with. Be very, very smart. Read the fine print. Read the fine print of the fine print. Scroll to or skim through every contract, every agreement you're going to make with someone with a fine-tooth comb to make sure there are no loopholes, to make sure you're not being screwed over, that kind of thing. Be very smart. If it seems too good to be true, sometimes it is. Sometimes it isn't, but just be careful. Be very discerning, right? Do what feels right to you. Now, we're going to move on to the when, so we can get a time frame to see when you'll be moving out, okay? We got into the how. Now we're going to get into the when. Please Spirit, when will my group ones be moving out? When will they be moving out, please Spirit? Like if this dusty old deck don't move, like stop creating dust. When will they move out, please Spirit? And have their own place. When can we have some time frames? Speak up. We have Queen of Wands and we have Three of Wands. This is soon, guys. Funnily enough, this is quite soon. Because the Queen of Wands is someone who really knows what she's doing and where she's going. She's quite confident in the direction she's taking, in the direction she's moving on. Moving towards sounds better. Yes. Queen of Wands is confident. She's savvy. She's friendly. This is also giving me networking. This is also giving me people like you. They want to live with you. They want to be with you. They want to be around you. So they're willing to give you things, incentives. They're willing to, cut off some chunk change if you decide to do this. It's like they could have something to do with, this could have something to do with someone like giving you something or you winning something. And if not, it's just someone giving you a good deal because they like who you are as a person. They want to live with you as opposed to this person. So like, okay, I'll give you this deal, right? Just so you can move in and be here. That kind of energy, if that makes any kind of sense to you. But the Queen of Wands is a very likable person, a very sociable person. So when this has to do with the when, it's definitely giving the more you get out there, the more you socialize. The Queen of Wands and the Wands is also, I believe, the fastest suit. So like I said, this is happening and we have Three of Wands, 3 weeks to 3 months. Okay. If you're proactive, if you research, if you learn, if you look, if you put yourself out there, the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands are all about putting themselves out there in the world, talking to people, mingling, asking questions, being very, like I said, thirsty, curious, inquisitive, going to the library, asking people around your neighborhood, you know what I mean? Looking on your phone, being very proactive when it comes in what you want. The Queen of Wands always gets what she wants, and so does the Queen of Swords. They just go about it in very different ways, but they both put action towards their dreams and goals, right? So that's what's coming through here. And then it's also talking about writing, so scripting. When the more you write about it, the more you visualize it, that could be coming through. There was a group that I did for what was the next big change coming your way. And moving was for, I think, group 2 in that reading. And I was saying how you were actively manifesting this outcome, how this is coming. It's going to be like a very active, very huge timeline shift, because you're going to go from one reality to another. You could go from being broke to being rich. That's how drastic the jump was in that reading, for what was coming next in their life, what major change, what unexpected change was coming. And it's like, as soon as you start looking for something, it finds you, As soon as you're an energetic match for something, there it is. There you have it. You literally manifested that thing right in front of you and you weren't really expecting it. But the Queen of Wands is definitely giving me someone who's like journaling and dreaming and hoping and being excited to receive and get, and knowing it's going to come, because she has a sense of entitlement to her, right? A sense of entitlement. Well, I know I'm going to get this. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. Like, it's going to happen. I'm just waiting for the right offer. The things that I want are magnetized to me. You know what I mean? I'm going to have so many offers. I'm going to be drowning in offers for people. The people who want me to live in their house. What are those manifestation sayings? Money loves my company. Money's attracted to me. Money can't get enough of me. You know what I mean? That's the kind of energy you're bringing when it comes to this house or this place. All of these offers are banging on my door. I don't know what to choose. I have so many offers. That kind of thing is what's coming through for you guys. And then we have the Three of Wands, which is putting on a backpack and saying goodbye to something and walking into something new. And as we can see in the distance, we have a rainbow, which is happiness. Okay. Purple flowers could be important. I think, yeah, these are purple flowers. Purple flowers could be important for this thing, but it's definitely giving really soon for you guys, my group ones. If you have been actively looking, if you've been actively being happy, that's also the energy that I'm getting, just knowing it's going to come. There's no need to stress. There's no need to doubt. When you start looking, it's going to hit you. Because you've been looking, it's going to hit you. Because you're prepared, you're mature enough, you have the money set aside for these things, it's going to come. Even if you don't have the money, you're not prepared, just being that very attractive energy is going to help you a lot, is the vibe that I'm getting for sure. Let's get one more card. Like, I want to say summer, at least by next summer. If it's not 3 months, at least by next summer. And then we have Queen of Pentacles. The Pentacles is a more slower moving pace, I feel like. And it can represent like years when it comes to timelines. But I feel like for some of you, it may take you more time to build up that nest egg that the Eight of Pentacles was like asking you to build. So it may be, like I said, next summer. Because we have like summer scenery behind her. We have the cats. We have like the flowers. They're very beautiful. She's wearing very sunshiny clothing. And that's like not unusual for the Queen of Wands. Because she is like the sun personified. Or one of the people that represent the sun personified. Then we have the Three of Wands, which is packing up your bag and just leaving. Maybe some of you will have to move elsewhere, another state, another borough, another country, because there's something here about packing up your stuff and leaving, okay? Turning your back on where you are right now. But I mean, that also represents just movement in general. And it's funny how the Two of Wands represents the planning phase of something, but you guys got the Three of Wands, which is the execution stage. You've already planned for this. You've been planning for this. Now it's just time for you to go. The Queen of Pentacles can be indicating that you already have the money. You have everything you need to get where you need to go. Essentially, like the magician energy. You have all the tools you need in your tool basket. You have the Queen of Pentacles. You have the smarts. You have the patience. You have the groundedness to get where you want to go. You have the funds, okay? But she's very beautiful. She's just sitting here at peace, at rest, knowing that what she wants is going to find her. And this keeps giving me more summer vibes. Okay? Maybe you're moving to a place with lots of flowers, lots of trees, shrubbery, plants, fruits, that kind of thing. I'm hearing a vineyard, so maybe somewhere where there's a vineyard. I don't really know of many vineyards, but I know there's Martha Vineyard. There's a vineyard in California, Napa Valley, I believe. If it's even called a vineyard, I'm not sure. But, places that make wine and stuff like that. Or, like, just grow a bunch of fruits and things. That's the vibe that I'm getting for you guys. But when This self-satisfied smirk that the Queen of Wands is giving, like I said, is giving very soon. And she's not even having to look at what she's writing down on the paper. She's like, I know what's coming. It's going to be here real soon. You don't got to worry about it, sweetheart. And that's what your intuition is telling you right now. Your spirit team is like, you don't got to worry about it, sweetheart. Just keep doing what you're doing. What you're doing right now is more than enough, I feel like. Maybe movement can help you move as well. Movement, being out in nature, grounding, journaling, scripting, all that kind of stuff. So now we're going to use the Fairy Oracle first to see if we can get any clarification on this message. Is there anything else my group ones needs to know about when and how they move out? Why would you do that? I'll put it in my face. We have a generous spirit. Interesting. You could have someone give you money or I'm hearing sponsor you. You know what? That's what people who live in different countries do for people who are coming from different countries. I was going to be like, that's what people who live in different countries do for people who live in different countries. I mean, obviously, sometimes you're able to sponsor someone when they want to come over to your country and live there for a little bit, you know? So if you wanted to move to England, or you wanted to move to France, you wanted to move to Greece, you could ask like a family, this motherly, maternal figure here, oh, can you sponsor my stay in this country or this thing there? And they're gonna be like, oh yeah, sure, why not? And then you're gonna have the opportunity to go and save and build and all that kind of stuff coming through here. But generous spirit is definitely giving someone may help you out. And these cards are so gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, I'm gonna have fun with these. Can I get one more card? We have Feel the Feels. See, this is what I was getting about going out and having fun and spending time with your friends. That's how this will happen. You may end up meeting someone who can help you find what you're looking for. But it takes you going out and having fun to meet this person. Because that's where you may meet your community, out having fun. Or that's when you're at your most attractive energy. So just going out and having fun puts you in a more attractive energy for your desires to come to you, you know? Can I get a card from the Mermaid Oracle? Or one of them, because I do know there's more than one Mermaid Oracle. The Mermaid Oracle deck. Here we have a Wheel of Fortune. Wow, exactly. So you're not going to be expecting it, but you're going to be hit with a wave of fortune. And what does this say? Stop it. This say Sacred Goddess. This Queen of Pentacles could be representing Mother Gaia, which is why your need to be outside is going to be very important. Hiking, exploring, sweating, grounding, journaling outside while you are grounded in nature could be something that's important. Eating more fruit, eating healthier could definitely be something coming through as well. But the Wheel of Fortune is you're not expecting how this is going to come into your life as well. It's going to come unexpectedly, but it's going to be like a stroke of luck, which is why for some of you, it's happening pretty soon, whether you are prepared enough or not, whether you have this nest egg saved or not. It's going to come like, you know, like I'm hearing a breath of fresh air, interesting, like a something wind, rogue wind, something you didn't really know was going to come, like a storm, you know, but a good one, not something bad. I'm not getting bad. But here we have Sacred Goddess coming through. This Queen of Pentacles is giving me a person who just comes and hears your pleas and just sends all these beautiful, generous things your way. And look, exactly. That's crazy. Okay, so I'm using my phone, right, to record the reading. And I just got a notification from Duolingo. And I'm like, what does Duolingo want? But yesterday I had forgot to do my Duolingo because I was out. You know, I didn't have time to do it. I forgot. And one of my friends that I have on Duolingo just gave me a shriek freeze. And it's someone I only met once, honestly. I met her out like an event and she's like, you have Duolingo? I'm like, yeah. She's like, let's add each other. And we did. And I have not spoken to her since then. It's been months. Just out of the blue. Out of the blue, she just sent me a shriek freeze for no reason. I'm like, what? And I'm like, what does it say? And it's like, Shayna sent you a shriek freeze. I'm like, oh, thanks, sis. I do need one. Because I have been slacking on my Duolingo, child. Okay, but that's what I mean. Like, you're not expecting it, and someone you probably forgot about, you met once, but you left a good impression on, puts in a good word for you. or says, oh, I have this room, extra room, do you want to take it? I'll only charge you this much. And boom, you have your way out, right? Or, oh, my parents have this room in their house that they'd only charge you this much. Or I know someone who's like a landlord, he'll give you a deal because you know me and I know you and I can vouch for you. That kind of thing. There's something here about your energy, your presence, your unforgettableness that kind of gets you this in with someone. And then bada bing, bada boom, baby, you have your own place. That's the kind of vibe that's coming through here. Through the generosity of someone else. And maybe someone you met months ago that you forgot about, or but you left a good impression on them. Like, okay, you're looking for something, I got it. You know, I got you, girl or boy. Well, Wheel of Fortune is definitely giving the vibe that you're not going to be expecting it at all. And then we have Sacred Goddess, which is, like I said, you're leaving offerings for people and they're being generous with you. Maybe because you're generous of mind, body, and spirit, people are generous back to you. This is so cute, honestly. I'm loving this. Sacred Goddess. This is like giving Queen of Wands vibes, honestly, when you believe in yourself. And the way she's giving this very self-satisfied smirk, like, yeah, whatever I write down, I get. Whatever I want, I obtain. Like, no one can tell me no. No one can say I'm not going to be this. She's smirking at the picture, at the camera, I guess, or the person who's designing the card. She's smirking at them like, yeah, whatever I want, I get. You know? And that's kind of energy I feel like you're going to be in when this comes in, or what you need to be in for this to come in. Okay, what card is this? This is from the Mermaid, right? I want to read about her, the Sacred Goddess. It's probably going to say something about yourself, that you're representing this Sacred Goddess. Just give me a second. I feel called to read from this one specifically. Sacred Goddess is page 11. Okay. 𝐓𝐴 is a mermaid spirit in Haitian voodoo mythology. She is frequently depicted holding a mirror, which represents a portal between two worlds. And what was the card that we got? The Lover's card and the girl looking in the mirror. Stop playing in my face. Don't do that. I'll find it after. But mirrors are definitely something coming through here. Your reflection, the way you think about yourself, how you view yourself is going to be a big thing here. Queen of Wands, ego, you know, your smarts, your intelligence, what you're able to do to convince people you're worthy, even if you, or that you're responsible, that you're able, even if you don't have all the money in the world. Say, oh, I promise you can trust me. Just charm them. To speak charm instead of money, you know? But anyway. 𝐓𝐴 dwells in an underwater realm called the back of the mirror, but often travels to the surface. She is believed to take people through the water to her world. When these chosen ones return to land, they possess new powers. This is how some women become voodoo priestesses. In certain voodoo ceremonies, the spirit of 𝐓𝐴 may possess the body of the female follower to bring them health, wealth, or love. When this card is drawn, it is an invitation to develop stronger bonds with the women in your life. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, very funny. And the woman in your life could be just yourself as well, okay? Nurture connections with those you share your values or aspirations. The power of sisterhood can uplift you and provide support. And then there was the Queen of Cups, stop it. The 10 of Cups at the beginning of the reading for the when or the how. For the how, yes. For the how, when you build those strong familial or community connections with people. And they can put in a good word for you. And you go like, oh, I'm looking for a place. You confide in someone. And when they find something, they come back and tell you, you know. The power of sisterhood can uplift you and provide support. That's definitely something that's coming through for sure. Self-love and the love of other women around you. Like, I appreciate her for giving me a shriek freeze. I'm like, yes, girl, I haven't talked to her in so long. She's like, here you go. And I appreciate it. Had my group 1. It is only after I finished your reading, like an hour later, that I realized that I didn't let you know what the green aventurine means. But it basically ties really well into your reading. It's a stone of prosperity, abundance, and manifestation. And literally when it came to you moving out, getting your own place, we saw that it was going to be relatively easy. You're going to be getting some kind of help whether it be divine intervention, or it be someone in your life, or whether it be women in your life. There's something here about you getting some extra help, getting an extra push. And it makes sense because you have the good luck stone, the green aventurine. So you guys chose this stone for a reason. I feel like intuitively, instinctively, you knew that it wasn't going to be as hard for you, or you just found this pile for a reason, honestly. So whether you've been manifesting this for a long time or a short period of time, it doesn't matter how long, it will be coming in relatively quickly and easily, and you will have help, okay? Whether it's financial help or people just giving you a word of mouth, pointing you in the right direction, that kind of thing, because you need to get a lot of feminine energy. You got the Queen of Wands and you got the Queen of Swords, and you got like Sacred Goddess. So it's giving someone is watching out for you. It could be a spirit guide. It could be someone in your life. Like I said, the girl was like giving me a streak freeze and all that kind of stuff. That's what's coming through, okay? So I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 2s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 2 or you chose the lepidolite mushroom, it's so much prettier when you add a little bit of like background to it. Look at that. Okay, so I just heard a specific message that some of you, if you like, when you do, not if you do, period, when you do get your own place, the aesthetics and how it looks is going to be very important to you guys, okay? Because there's just something about me like having to put the background and talking about backgrounds, and like maybe backsplashes in the kitchen would be relatively easier. Or maybe that's a way to help you manifest your house better. Like go on Pinterest or make an actual like mood board and just like, what will the kitchen look like? Do a board for that. What will the living room look like? Make a board for that. I do feel like you manifest through creativity. So doing things like that would help you manifest this house easier because you're able to visualize it. How many rooms? What will you do with those rooms? Like how you incorporate different things in those rooms, What will the aesthetic be like? What will the backdrop be like? The backsplash in the kitchen? Like stuff like that. How many plants will you put in there? What will the atmosphere be? Would you need windows because you want plants? Will there need to be natural light? Like those things will really help you manifest this house. And that is a very specific message that came out of nowhere. I'm just like, look at the background of this. And it gave like a storm in the beginning of your reading. It's kind of like an incoming storm. And it was reminding me of how earlier at work, I was talking to my friend and I was like, how they said there's supposed to be like a Category 5 hurricane in the Atlantic heading towards the East Coast. And how everyone is saying how the weather has been all wonky since Trump pulled funding for whoever handles the weather, all that kind of stuff, And that's the same thing that happened in Texas with the flood or the storm that came. They don't have any notice, so we don't know what's coming and when is it coming. And that could also have something to do with your thing as well, because I'm going to tell you in a second why I feel like that resonates really weirdly, but also serendipitously. So I was telling her how, there's a storm supposed to hit in the next few days, and we don't know the magnitude of it. We don't know how bad it's going to be because he's cutting funding for every blasted thing that is essential to our living, which is why it was set in the first place. It wasn't just there for no reason. Like weather is one of the most destructive things that kill people on a daily basis. You can't sit here and take away things like that, funding towards stuff like that. You can't cut people off or fire people. It's madness what's going on right now. But this is like reminding me of the storm when you're watching it like move on the map, when they're showing it to you on the weather. So that's what this is coming through as. But lepidolite in and of itself means tranquility, intuition, balance. And intuition can't be seen or felt. It's something, not seen or felt. It can't be seen, but it can be felt, okay? That's what intuition literally is. You don't see things coming, but you feel things coming. And that's what I was saying about the weather system, where we can't see what's coming and how strong it's going to be and how big it's going to be because they took away funding towards certain, government, places or whatever you want to call it. I'm not that, I don't know the official word for it, but that's the vibe that's coming through. This thing is a big Category 5 hurricane coming, and we don't know where it's going. We don't know how much damage it's going to cause enough to prepare for it. So this is going to come like a wrecking ball. You're not going to be expecting it, and you're not going to be seeing it, but you could be feeling it and or hearing about it in readings like this. okay? So you're hearing, oh yeah, this is coming in sooner than you think. It's going to be so big and going to be so grand and aesthetically pleasing, and start planning out what you want to do with this room and that room. You're kind of like, but I'm so far away from that. I'm so far away from having the financials. Even if you do have the financials, I haven't even found a place yet. I'm super picky. Whatever the but may be for you guys is giving, you don't see just how good and how big it's going to be and how good it's going to get, essentially. But you can kind of feel it. And you have to lean into that feeling and kind of make it something you can see, because that will help you manifest it better. So you're feeling that your house would be like this. This is how you would want your house to be and look and feel. Make a mood board. Is that what they're called? Mood boards? There's like manifestation boards? I be forgetting what things are called when I start doing a reading, I swear. I'm like, I swear I know things, I promise. But like, it just doesn't want to come through. A mood board is good enough. Whether you want to do it on Pinterest or do it in real life, go around stores that sell house stuff and just say, I would want that and I would want that, and visualize it in a house. Like, draw, if you know how to draw. Stuff like that is coming through for you guys. Sitting down and actually putting time and effort into how you would want it to look, how you would decorate it, is really going to help you manifest this even quicker, because as of right now, you have no other way to know when it's coming or how it's coming, okay? But we're going to try to get into that right now. The reading is going to be about how and when will you move out on your own, get your own place, okay? So let's get into it for you guys. Like I said, lepidolite is tranquility, intuition, balance. So when you are very tranquil, when you're not stressing about it, when you're not worried about it, when you're not like fretting about it, you know what I mean? You're just like, it's going to come in when it comes in. I'll release it and it will come back to me when it's time and when it's ready, right? There you go. So when you're not worrying, when life seems to be flowing really well, when you're at peace with what's going on in your life, or when you're at peace with your surroundings, I should say as well. So for example, like my house can get very chaotic sometimes, because I do still live with family, which is why another reason why I'm like, I need this reading too. Okay. But sometimes, living with a bunch of, first of all, females, and second of all, Caribbean females, you know what I mean? And third of all, family that's always treating you like you don't know anything, or that you're just like young and dumb and stupid kind of energy. There can be some bumping heads. There can be a lot of drama. There could be tiffs and confusion. But then there are certain times when everyone is doing their own thing. Everyone's working, coming home late. We're tired. We just eat, go to bed, wake up, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. There's like a little peace that comes over the house, because there's nobody like at each other's throats. Everyone has their own schedule. They get up at this time, use the bathroom, leave, eat breakfast, and we don't come back home until it's late. So everyone is living in harmony. Like, we're just passing ghosts, we're just roommates essentially, and that is like when life is moving at that kind of pace where everyone is just flying by, nothing's really happening, there's no drama, nothing too, drastic or crazy is going on in your life. When things just seem to be at a really good, like, plateau in your life, I feel like is when this is going to come in, okay? But this is supposed to be how and when. We're going to get into the how first. I'm very curious about that. So how will their house, their home, their own place come to be? Please, Spirit. I forgot to say I'm using my new decks. I just got a bunch of new decks on Sunday. I was out shopping, but I should have been at home reading. But I love shopping. I love reading. So I'll read tonight when I get home. Okay, but anyway, I did a little cute unboxing in the intro. If you want to go watch that, you don't have to, because you're kind of seeing them right now. This is the Modern Goddess Tarot. I love the back. This is gorgeous. And blue is one of my favorite colors. This is kind of like more aqua green blue, but still pretty. I'm an aesthetics girl. And then these are what the cards look like. Very animated. I love the colorfulness in it. It's giving everyday life kind of vibes, okay? And I love how at the bottom of the deck we have the Nine of Swords, which is the always constant worrying card. But in order for you guys to get your manifestation, you have to kind of like ease and mellow out. Oh boy, I can't seem to catch my breath. Is that something that's going on in your life, but you just can't seem to catch your breath? Some of you guys could be running, I hope. I hope, because I would like to breathe during this reading sometime. Like, I feel like I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes now. Yeah, 8 minutes, but I was sitting here before I started your reading, and I feel like I can't catch my breath. So some of you could be like working out right now or doing things where you're like moving a lot, or you're just like out of breath yourself. But yeah, there's something about that. And of course, like I said, in order for you to manifest this, you have to be tranquil and at peace and calm. So if you guys are like, you can't catch a break and you're just, very, haggard and broken down and tired, it's not coming anytime soon. You have to find some kind of, like I said, plateau where life seems to be kind of an inflow, not boring, not too hectic, just inflow. Okay. I want one more shuffle and then we're going to get into the how. Because that's most important, right? If you get Wheel of Fortune, I'm throwing the cards, okay? Because that always tells me you're not going to know when. It's giving it just happened one day. It's also giving like sweepstakes or something. Okay, for my group ones, please Spirit, how will they move out on their own? How will they get their own place and move out on their own? We have Page of Pentacles. Look, she's literally just looking on the floor and she's finding things. She's planting things. So getting out in nature could be something that's big for you guys as well. But it's also planting seeds, like believing in yourself is something that's coming through, or going after something, maybe starting a new job. And you're planting a new seed and a new job in a new place, and that includes a new house as well. So you get offered a new position, and that could be how you move out. You get a new job somewhere, you're starting at the low ranks, but it comes with housing, it comes with, it's kind of giving like, maybe some of you could be like literally moving away to school, and like you're starting a new journey, right? And it comes with housing. School does, you got to pay for it, but it comes with housing, and you finally have your own little space, whether it's your own bed, your own room, your own dorm, whatever. But it comes with like cafeteria food, and it comes with education. That could be the job. Like you get flued out overseas, or you get flued out somewhere. They offer you a job, and it comes with room and board, right? And all you have to do is just, use your money towards other things, because it kind of like comes included. It's kind of giving like a complex where all the workers live. You know how a good example is, Love is Blind, when everyone like comes back from their honeymoon and they now have to see how they live and interact in the real world. They all just stick all the couples in this complex together. So, and they get shook up in an apartment with their new, not their new spouse, but their fiance, I guess. Yeah. I'm getting Married at First Sight and Love is Blind mixed up. I watched too many love reality TV shows. But Married at First Sight, they are married before they move in together. Love is Blind, they're only affianced. They're only engaged before they move in together. But that's phase, regardless, is to figure out how they live their life day to day. But they're shook up in the same apartment complex as the other people on the show. They're all there for work. They're all there for the same purpose. And they just so happen to be living in the same apartment complex. Like I said, it's giving dorm room. It's giving room and board. It's giving that kind of thing where we're all here trying to get education and we're all staying in these dorms, that kind of vibe. Or you have like an apartment building dedicated just for specific people of specific means. So you may have low income and you get a low income house, or, win like a lottery for whatever reason. And you get in this place and all the whole building is full of people who won the same lottery as you. You know what I mean? Instead of it being like a bunch of different buildings, you're just put in one specific building with people who have a lot in common with you, whether that be school or work or whatever, okay? And also what I'm getting, how back in the day, I think it's still a big thing, but back in the days when YouTube was like getting really big and popular in the, 2014s, 15, 16 to the early 2020s, they would have like groups. I'm hearing the only one that I know by name are the Elevator Boys. And they are the newer ones of that whole situation, where they would bring a bunch of very attractive girls or guys together and place them in a home and just make them do content and try to get millions and thousands of followers and give them brand deals and get them flown around the world to different interview places. And I think one of the guys from the Elevator Boys interviewed like Kylie Jenner, or I think it was Kendall maybe. And he was asking her all these questions, and he was just like one regular guy from Germany that just so happened to be very attractive. And he got recruited to the Elevator Boys, and they put them in a mansion, and they just made them make content with a bunch of attractive guys. They would sing, they would dance, they would do trends, and of course the girls was eating it up. Okay, as girls will do when it comes to attractive boys. But they're not boy band. It's just content creation group. But they all put them in one house, and that's you moving out and you being in this house with people who have the same like purpose as you. That's also another example that I'm getting. So you may get like an opportunity to get a job somewhere, to be a content creator in one of these houses, and you end up getting your own room. And of course, while you do those things, I don't know if they pay you a lot, but of course you get paid in like brands or whatever. I don't freaking know. But you get your own place, your own house, and you're just like living with a bunch of other boys your age, like living with friends. For example, in the dorm, you go next door, there's people your age you can live with. Those are your friends. The people on the reality TV shows, Love is Blind, Married at First Sight, you're in a building with a bunch of people going through the exact same thing as you. So you just become really close, and those are your friends, right? Or even like Love Island, they have everybody living in that one bedroom, and they become so close by the end of the journey because they got free room and board to be put in some kind of experiment. Like that's the kind of energy coming through for you guys, where it's like it's youthful, it's opportunistic, it's what is it? There's another word coming through. Hopeful, wistful kind of energy. Like, is this really happening right now? That's what I'm getting for you guys. So the how is definitely giving you get offered something, because pages also represent messages from people, right? And this is like an opportunity to make money, something tangible and physical. It's not a declaration. It's not, it's something solid that you can touch and feel. And since we're talking about when will you be moving out, it could be you're getting a message of, hey, you entered a lottery, you won. Hey, you want to become one of these people who are on this dating show or this content creation group? Cool, right? Another example I was getting where I remember, I forget their name, but it's something Paul. It was either Logan Paul or something of the other Paul. But I think it's Jake. Jake was the rowdy one. Logan was the still rowdy one. He was the older brother. He had like a YouTube, and he had bought his own house and had a bunch of his friends come and live in the house as well. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting. You get offered to come live with one of your rich friends, or recruited for something. That's what I'm getting. And they're like, come live here and we'll pay for all your expenses as long as you live in this house with us. Something like that is coming through. Okay, so how will my group 2s move out on their own, please, Spirit? How will they move out on their own? What will the circumstances be where they get their own place and live on their own, please, Spirit? The circumstances. Page of Pentacles would also just be you guys getting a new job or a better job with more pay, and being able to now save money and put money aside in order to like save up for this house. You know what I mean? It's kind of like how dogs eat their bones and then bury them for later. So saving is coming through, like saving money. Here we have the 7 of Swords. This is very interesting. How it could be something unexpected and something you don't see coming. I'm hearing like a thief in the night. So someone could just come and by like overnight your whole life changes, because like a thief in the night, someone comes, offers you something, you agree, and then before you know it, your world is like completely different in some kind of way. Okay, 7 of Swords just represents sneaking around in general. So it could just happen, you leave one day in your house and you're sick and tired of dealing with the BS, and you just leave and never come back. You pack up all your stuff and go, right? Interesting. So how is definitely giving you get fed up, or like you just get up and go. Some people don't even wait for a deposit to be made, for the keys to be given to them. They're just like, I'm leaving. I can't stand being here 1 second longer. I gotta go. And they leave and they find their way along the road somewhere. You know what I mean? I'm here like a carny, a carnival person. That could be you guys. You just end up traveling for work, and you don't really need a home because you're always traveling. That could be something coming through for some of you. Or you end up being homeless for a little bit, or you are homeless right now, and you end up like getting like a position, or like I said, an offer you really didn't see coming. For my group 2s, please, Spirit, how will they come into this new home? How will they end up living on their own, being on their own? Please, Spirit, my group 2s, give us something. We have the Devil. Yeah, it's giving an offer you can't refuse. See, guys, be careful, please. This could be something where you kind of feel like you're signing away your soul. It seems too good to be true. And when something does seem too good to be true, please put on those extra super clear and freaking cognizant and clear glasses. You know what I mean? Intuitive glasses. Trust your gut. If something seems like you're giving too much, don't take it. They're giving too much, don't take it. It needs to be I need you more than you need me, or we need each other just as much as the other person needs the other person. So it's not a power imbalance. Because your crystal said balance. intuition. Please follow your intuition when it comes to certain deals like this. It's giving, it may seem like a deal with the devil, but it really isn't, or it really is. You know, as most things in showbiz can be, or most things when it comes to when people see you're desperate for something, right? That's the kind of energy that's coming through. Can I get a clarifier for the Seven of Swords and the Devil, please, Spirit? Why are they here? They both mean things being kept from you in some kind of way. The Devil means like it's taboo, it's secrets, it's addictions, right? Let's see what cards came out for you guys. We have the Eight of Cups and we have the Eight of Pentacles. Do you see how 2 8s came out back to back? That's wild to me. Okay, so we have 88 coming through, so that number could be important for some of you. I do know it's a master number. I'm not sure what the master number really means, but 8s represent abundance. It also represents like going, things never ending, unending or unbreakable cycle, okay? But 8 of Pentacles clarifying the 7 of Swords, and then we have the 8 of Cups clarifying the Devil. So it definitely means you walking. So how will that happen? It will happen when you finally, once and for all, walk away from a negative situation. You have a big blow-up fight with your family. You have a big blow-up fight with your spouse, the person you're living with, a friend you're living with. You have a big blow-up fight with them, and that will lead you to going your own way. You know, packing up your clothes, packing up your ish at night, and moving away from this person, being homeless for a little bit if that's what it takes. And then that's when you find this new, you know, you're on your own, right? Hypothetically, but you may not be on your own with a house. You end up finding or coming into that along the way here, okay? But it could be like a very, 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 very tempting offer from someone around you or in your life, or someone you don't even know, and you're not even sure you can trust, right? Those are the vibes coming through. That's why your intuition is very, very, very imperative, important when it comes to making this decision here, okay? So anything else coming through? Yeah, 8 of Cups just means walking away. 8 of Pentacles means working hard. And it also, in this deck, for whatever reason, it gives me following your passions and getting better and better and practicing something to get better at it. I'm also hearing like making the band is coming through in some kind of way. So like I said, those content creating shows or houses where they bring a bunch of people together and help them hone their talents, and you have to do as we say, but we're using your talent and we're using your life and we're using your face to get views and get hits and make music and make money. It's kind of like it's a very, very, very slippery slope, right? So that is definitely something you should be on the lookout for. But there's something here about you working really hard at something that you love, you know? And that's how you get towards this house and living on your own, doing something you truly love for a long time, to the point where you become a master at it. 8 of Pentacles, mastery of your craft. Okay, putting the time and effort it takes to grow something even bigger than it already was. 7 of Pentacles is planting seeds. 8 of Pentacles is building upon them seeds, you know, watering the plant, right? And the 9 of Pentacles is finally, you know, the reaping the benefits of those seeds. It's like harvest time. So you guys are in the 8 of Pentacles stage where you're still taking care of and mastering something. And soon the next stage would be the 9 of Pentacles, where you're finally reaping those rewards and those benefits, right? So right now you're in the process of working really hard for something. And it may seem never ending, but how you come into this house or this being on your own is you walking away from something or someone forever, or to move towards something bigger and better, you know? Okay. Let me get some cards from one of these decks here. We'll start off with the Fairies Oracle, one of the Fairy Oracles that I got. I do have more at home, but I'm going to use these. Tell me these are not gorgeous. These remind me of something, but I can't remember what right now. It reminds me of some kind of drawings. Oh, it reminds me of Moana. That's what it reminds me of. Because I think in Moana or something, they have like cave creatures that move. No, it reminds me of Maui's tattoo. That's what this reminds me of. How when he's singing, what can I say except you're welcome? See? And you see how he's coming through, and he was like a trickster god, and how he made Moana think he was saving her and instead tricked her to get off the island. That's crazy that he's coming through. I'm like, I feel like Maui's tattoos, when he was saying you're welcome, it reminds me of these. They would like move and he would like, do it. And he was distracting her with all his big extravagance that she didn't see he was bamboozling her the whole time. And then he ended up leaving her stranded on the island and stole her ship. You see, like I said, be careful when it comes to this next endeavor, when it comes to maybe getting this place or something. Someone could try to bamboozle you or, get one over on you. So I think the saying, someone could be trying to get one over on you. Making you sign the lease where, things will end up in your favor. They end up taking more money than they should. Like you have to stay there for 20 years and you have to give up your firstborn child. Things like that could definitely be hidden. So read the fine print, please and thank you. But I love how I'm like, oh, Maui's tattoo, yeah. And then I remember the scene where he's actually singing the freaking song. And, he's like, what can I say except you're welcome? He's putting on a really good show and Moana's eating it up. She's eating it up. And then she ends up finding out that, hey, he trapped her in a cave with a big boulder blocking her from exiting. Like, what the heck? That's some devil stuff I ever heard of it. And the devil came out right here. So there could be some foul play involved for sure. Definitely be careful. Let's see what the fairies oracle has to say. A little book of fairies oracle. How do they get their own place? We have flow. Yep, that's what I was kind of saying. Or that was what I was actually saying. I'm pretty sure I used the word flow. It's funny because there's also a girl group named Flow. Flow. They have a song that I'm obsessed with, In My Bag, with Glorilla. When you see me, know I'm in my bag. My whip, my drip. I'll be on my ish. In my bag. So maybe that's what this Eight of Pentacles means as well, when you're in your bag. That's how you'll get your own place when you're finally in your bag. And it could mean making a deal with the devil. It could mean making a career move that leads to you not having as much control as you'd like, but it's going to get you where you want to go. And of course, all things don't have to be forever. Okay? That kind of thing. Okay, so when you're in flow, it's definitely coming through. When you're in your bag, essentially, we have clear space and a clear mind. That is that tranquility that was coming through as well. Just give me a second. Staying true to who you are is going to be a big thing, no matter what this change or how this change may come to be, because we have this in the Eight of Cups up here, we have her following the North Star. You probably can't see it because I have it all the way up there, but it's giving her following her star, her North Star. And her North Star is like her North Node, her destiny, what is her soul is calling her to do, kind of thing. And that's where she feels like this is calling her towards. Your soul's destiny, this next place could be calling you towards that. And then we have a king. Interesting. But you ain't a king. Oh, this is funny. I'm hearing Bad by Wale and Rihanna. I think in the song she said something about they're like, you a king, but you're not a king. Something like that. You're trying to act like a king, but you're not a king. I'm not 100% sure, but that song is coming through for whatever reason. That could be confirmation for somebody here. But we have this king coming through here. We don't know king of what, king of who, king of why, but it's just giving a king. And this is the part of the reading where it's like how your things come to be. So maybe someone could step in and help you, save the day. Prince Charming kind of energy could be coming through. I'm getting like a visual of Snow White where the guy comes and like kisses her out of her, what is it called? Her slumber, her eternal slumber. Okay. So true love, this person could be coming through right now. Interesting. Okay, so we have king, we have flow, and then we have clear space and clear mind. So someone could be helping you clear your mind and clear your space, and this will help you, I'm hearing renovate. That's not what I meant to say, but it came through. This person could help you acquire this house you're looking for, this king coming through here. This is the first time you have any kind of masculine energy showing up on the board. So that's coming through. And also just heard Santa Claus. So maybe someone can get, like I said, this home, this house, living situation as a gift, right? Because Santa Claus represents gifts and all that. Okay, cool. Now let's move on. No, I want one more. So a few more cards from this deck. A little book of mermaids to see how else What? We have Pearl of Wisdom. Interesting, but you're not going to stay out the way you fell. How rude. We have Bountiful Harvest. And what's that talking about, harvest? Yeah, there's something here about that coming through. We have Mother Nature. So Mother Nature could definitely be important. Anything else? We have Move Through Loss, and we have Veil of Deception. Guys, what have I been saying? With the Devil here and the Seven of Swords coming through here, you may have to go through some deception in order to get on the other side of being on your own, or you will have to succumb to, accept, or deal with some kind of deception, evil, soul-sucking energy coming on or going on around you, okay? That is something very important that keeps coming through, so I'm definitely going to talk about it here, okay? We have Move Through Loss. So some of you could be dealing with some kind of loss right now in your life, and that's why the card is like move through that. Once you get to the other side, it's going to be so much brighter, right? Bountiful Harvest, always getting back what you put in. That's that Nine of Pentacles following that. What was the other one she sprayed? Hold on, I completely lost my train of thought. Give me a second. Wait, hold up. Bountiful Harvest. Who, you getting everything you deserve. Nine of Pentacles vibe. I don't know where I got, what's the other one she sprayed. Like, I got a flashback of yesterday. We were shopping at Lush, right? Because they're a nice company that has the nicest body butters and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, I got a flashback. So when I was in the store, and this lady got me to convince me to buy one of their sprays, even though I have too many freaking sprays in my life. But I'm like, sure, they smell so good. And I bought it. I don't know where that came from, but okay, I apologize. Bear with me. Oh boy, we have Mother Nature, you have Bountiful Harvest. So maybe around fall for the when, because even though we haven't got to that part of the reading yet, for the when, how are we 30 minutes in? What the hell? I'm sorry, excuse my language, my French. We have Move Through Loss, when you move through loss, when you move through this veil of deception. So you know what I'm getting here? I'm getting some of you have to be careful of being scammed, of giving your money to someone, putting a down payment just for them to take your money and disappear into the ether. Please avoid deception at all costs. Do your background check, do whatever you need to do in order to, get out of someplace or get into someplace. That's the vibe that I'm getting here, okay? Because what do you mean move through the loss and veil of deception? So something you can't see could be happening behind the scenes, and spirits like, hey, take your time, Pastor, okay? Let things flow to you. Keep your mind clear, your space clear, okay? Boy, okay. So let's get back into the tarot and ask the cards when. Is that all the message that I'm getting for this one here? Be picky. Be very picky, be very choosy. Like I said, be very discerning, because we have this person looking at the apple like so, intently. He's like, are you the perfect apple for me? Are you the perfect home for me? Be picky, be choosy. Okay, let's get into the when. Please start when for my group twos. When will they move out and be able to be on their own? What is this? We have Six of Swords. It may take some time for some of you. Swords are pretty fast moving. So I'll say 6 weeks to 6 months. There may be a false start somewhere here where you thought you found your perfect place, but you haven't. So just be careful. And then here we have the Nine of Cups. Interesting. This is a beautiful energy. Nine of Cups is getting whatever you want. But when it comes out in the spread for timing, I'm not 100% sure how to take it. I do believe Cups come right after Swords and Wands. So and then we have Three of Cups. Interesting. So we have 3 months. We have 6 months. So I guess 3 to 6 months could be coming through. Yeah. 369. That's very funny. 369. That number could be important to some of you. Anything else? 9 of Cups. Yeah, wish fulfillment, but when is the question. So I guess we'll not read it as the actual meaning, but of the time message for, you know. So like, yeah, 9 months, I would say. 3 months, 6 days to 6 months is the time frame I will give you guys for when this is coming. But when it does come in, you're going to be feeling very happy, very smiley, very giggly, because you're going to be essentially, you know, free on your own from everyone else in their drama, if that's something you deal with in your life. I just heard a dog barking and a dog running into like a backyard or something. So that could be something important for you guys to manifest or visualize. You could have a dog that wants to run back and forth. And it needs more space. That's something you're trying to manifest for it as well. Spending time with friends could definitely be beneficial as well. So I can get one more card. That sometimes makes things more confusing than it is, but just to give me a little bit more of a perspective for my group 3 Spirit. When will they move out and be on their own? Here we have the Star. And look, I was talking about the Star over here. So hoping and dreaming. Is that all you can do right now? Hope and dream and heal. 3 of Cups is having a good time with friends. Maybe moving in with friends could be ideal for you guys. 9 of Cups is just, you know, holding against. I hope you get everything that you want. Getting everything you want is 9 of Cups energy. Then we have the Star coming through here. And it's like seeing broader horizons. It's like you're reaching for the stars. That they used to tell us in like, I think it was regular school, like reach for the stars, shoot for the moon. Here we have 10 of Pentacles, which is the house. We have 8 of Wands, and then we have the World. These are beautiful cards. Wow. 10 of Pentacles can be 10 years. 8 of Wands, 8 days to 8 weeks. And then here we have the World. And the World, I'm hearing represented as soon as tomorrow. Don't quote me on that if you don't move in tomorrow, okay? But it's definitely giving me someone with a means to instantly like love your... I just heard hair. What the heck is going on? I just keep getting a little like distracted. That's weird. I don't like that. Whoever's watching this group, stop making me do that. Thank you. But yeah, 10 of Pentacles, you could move out when you find a partner. When it's time for you to get married, things can move very quickly. You move in very quickly with this partner. That is what I'm getting from these 3 cards here. Yeah. Because these 2 couples, they have a dog and they have the kid, they have the mother, the 2 mothers. It's kind of giving that. When you find a partner, you move up with them. That could be within 10 months you find a partner, and immediately you're in the world with romance, with the world coming through here, and you guys have moved in and all that kind of stuff. That could be what's coming on here for you. But 8 of Wands in general is like a very fast moving energy. So is the Star. So is 9 of Cups, not really. So is the 8 of Swords as well. And you see how the card just fell down with that again? That's crazy. Yeah, when it's time for you to build a family, your house is going to come out of nowhere. It's going to be the perfect house, too. I think that's it, though. I feel like that's all that I'm getting. From a when? And I love how we have all these wands facing this one direction, like just shooting off in one direction. And then we have this bird here that's keeping up with the swords. They're still ahead of them. We have the World, so you could be moving like to a different country. That could be something coming through as well, which is why you have to wait until you meet this new person, because it's going to be a big move. A different country is quite a big move, especially because you have to worry about like passports and stuff like that. All your luggage fit in, that kind of thing. I do believe you get ahead of yourself sometimes. Anything else? No, I can't think of anything else right now. When you have kids, for some of you, right? And this can also represent an energy of moving more towards something that seems to be planned or something serious, okay? So you guys could be like getting in a, yeah, did we have King here for you guys? We did. This could be with the help of someone close to you, a boyfriend, a lover, something. You guys are like, okay, we're going to do this whole townhouse together. Welcome home. And now you're Mediterranean food. Mediterranean food. Why am I getting these images? Now you're eating Mediterranean food with a guy. Oh my gosh, this is weird, but that's what I'm getting for you guys. I don't know. Like little flashes of cute things. Dogs running in the backyard. You eating Mediterranean food with this cute guy you just met. Him moving in with you. You moving in with him. Like the cutest things. I'm also seeing something about Aquarius season, so that could be important. The world is coming through here, but I'm not truly sure. The world rules a bunch of different seasons. It rules Aquarius as well, so emphasis on the Aquarius vibes. It also rules Leo season, also rules Taurus season, and it rules Leo season. So Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio. So yeah, those seasons can be important. A double on the Aquarius because we have the Star card coming through here, okay? And then during winter, which is also kind of Aquarius season because we have them wearing big jackets. Okay, I'm gonna leave you reading right here though. Hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you can always get in contact with me. It's my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hi, group 3. So before I forget, when I was channeling into your reading or asking spirit for guidance, I was hearing a lot of laughter. I was hearing a lot of fun. I was hearing a lot of life going on in your reading. So that could be something that you're going to be manifesting with this new house, life, health, vitality, fun. Okay, today's reading is going to be about when and how will you move out and be on your own. Okay, so group 1 and group 2 is quite interesting. I'm ready to see what you guys get. Okay, I'm seeing someone sitting under a fountain and soda coming out, so that could be something coming through as well. You may have been expecting water, but you got like soda instead, and it was like a good happy surprise. It was like a little pop of colors what I'm getting. So maybe colors could be important to you, or like decorating your house with loads of color could be also important to you. Okay, so let's get into this reading. One more on-screen shuffle and then we'll get into it. The first question is how. We have 9 of Swords. How will my group 3s get their own place / be on their own? The 9 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. This came through in group 1 already. At least the 7 of Swords did. You could be going through a new beginning. I'm hearing the song Folded by Kehlani. So baby, come pick up your clothes. I have them folded. I'll meet you at the doorway. That kind of song is coming through. So it's basically like a breakup song saying, come get your clothes. I have them folded. You don't got to do anything but pick them up and dip. I don't want to see your face again, okay? That's the kind of energy coming through. So you guys could be going through a breakup or something when it comes time to moving towards this new future, this new how you get your own place, this new development could be a thing. You could have been working with this person, right? With the Ace of Swords, it kind of represents some kind of creative spark, fire. But then we also have the 9 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. So it's giving like worry, maybe worrying about where you're going to sleep next, because right now you may not have anywhere because you've been let go from a job or something like that could be coming through. 7 of Swords, like I said, sneaking in the night behavior. And it's giving very like, Can I get a clarifier for this? Okay. We have 2 of Wands. You guys have some more planning to do before you're able to execute anything. I mean, you could with help if you find help, okay? We have the Devil. Did you guys come from group 2? Don't do that. I feel like, come on. One more card, please, Spirit. One more card. And then we have the Crone of Wands. What do you mean by the Crone of Wands? That's crazy to me. The queens of this deck are usually called queens. Okay. So how will you move out on your own? We have the Two of... Okay, so when you stop overthinking and just do, right? Or when you stop overthinking and just plan, make some kind of solid plan before you move forward and do something, right? And not hold yourself back. Think anything is possible. Anything is possible if once you dream it, build it, taste it, share it like mine. If you have to go to those lengths and do those things, then you can go ahead and do that. I hope what I said just makes sense. I kind of zoned out a little bit. Don't mind me. But yeah, jump, hop, skip, do whatever it is you need to do to get where you want to go. The sun is also pretty low in the sky. So there's something here about sunsets and nighttime, or it about to be nighttime. Maybe the thoughts you think at nighttime is kind of holding you back. Or maybe the dreams you have at nighttime is holding you back in some kind of way, because we have the devil coming through right after. And it's clarifying the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is all about being very sneaky, very two-faced energy. Anything else coming through for you guys? We have the Crone of Wands. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, but the fact that it's coming out to clarify the Ace of Wands is amazing. So let's try to go in order first. We had these two here. It's like dispelling the negative thoughts. Just staying up at night wondering if it's going to work for me. Don't bother, okay? That's the energy coming through. Then we have the Devil card here, clarified by the Seven of Swords. So there's something here about a cloak and dagger. Maybe someone is who they thought they are, or someone they've been with. Like I said, heartbreak could be coming through. Someone they were dating could not be who they thought they were. That vibe could be coming through. Someone is hiding something from you, pulling the wool over your eyes. I'm hearing a wolf in sheep's clothing. Could be a vibe coming through here. Something important. This is like a very ridiculous images. This is a very ridiculous image, is why it's just she has eyes and a mouth on her crotch. That don't make no kind of sense. The baby, come pick up your clothes. I have them folded. Why are you up over here like that? Ace of Wands is new, fresh beginnings. I do wonder what the Crone is. Just give me a second. It could be a knight. It could definitely be a knight. It's pretty towards the front. So we have Nine of Wands, Page of Wands. So then where the heck the Crone of Wands came from? Send help. A page, a knight. Oh, so a crone is a king. Okay. So I'm like, excuse me. They said, nope, not a king in this deck, a crone, period. Grown and mature vibes. Okay, so sorry. Yeah, there's something here about you going after what you want, no holds barred. Nothing being able to stop you or hold you back, because you have a queen. Sorry, not a queen, sorry. We have a King of Wands. Maybe some of you resonate as queens, period. I heard you. We have a King of Wands here, clarified by the Ace of Wands. So it's kind of like a eureka moment. It's kind of like a sparks fly kind of moment. So maybe you end up moving in with someone you start hooking up with. That could be something coming through, because the way she's sitting very suggestively is kind of like, you know, you meet someone kind of to seduce them and they kind of move you into their house. You know, that kind of thing could be coming through for some of you. being outside with nature. We have a lot of wands coming through for you guys mostly, and wands like very physical energy. So working out, getting out, like how you manifest this by moving your body, right? Going on walks, thinking about it, clearing your mind. I do know walks help clear the mind. So does swimming. Why did it get so dim? I was about to be like, excuse me? Sorry, don't do that. Like things where you use your body. You go on hike, you swim, you throw the football around, you run. Things like that is definitely something. This is how you can manifest this or how it will come to be. Okay, actual things. Like I said, you could end up moving in with like a partner. You don't know that well. Anything else coming for you guys? The staff also, not even the staff, what am I calling it? Staff can be important, people who work for you, but the staff does represent making what you want a reality and going after it, okay? You being creative, active, ambitious, that kind of thing is coming through. So it's definitely going after what you want, pulling it up out of the bootstraps, and like making it yours thing. Moving out of your comfort zone is also a big thing as well, because I kind of feel like this leotard or this full one piece she's wearing can kind of be a little risque, And like I said, it's giving temptation, come hither, right? Sleeping with people just so you can use their bed, that kind of thing. Not saying you're going to be that kind of person, but that's the kind of energy that's coming through here where you're like, you end up going home with somebody, right? And then you end up, doing things there, and then it turns into like a sleepover, and then all of a sudden you never leave their house. That could be coming through for some of you. It comes through like an sexual encounter with somebody, right? With the Two of Wands, you just went out to the world and meet, right? You didn't really know them from a hole in the wall. Went to this party, met this cute guy, and then you ended up, going home with him, moving in with him. It's kind of giving me like a perfect example would be like there's like a mini series on YouTube, I believe on TikTok as well, but it's called Meet Cute NYC. And basically the host goes around asking a bunch of people, he thinks you're couples, are you a couple? When they answer yes or no, they answer yes, he asks them more couple questions, right? So there's this one person who's like, we met in college, and they're like a really cute couple. And the girl was like, I met him at like a party his friends or his frat brothers were having at their house. And I went over to his house after the party. I slept over. I never left. And now they were engaged to be like married, like 10 years later. So she went to his house and never left. Like, that's crazy. And that's the kind of vibe that's coming through here for you guys as well. That could be one of the ways, or one of the house anyway. And it could feature a King of Wands, someone who's like very boasty, someone who's very charming, someone who's very good at persuading you that his way is the best way, right? And Nine of Swords represents sleeping, right? So sleeping with someone, because we have the devil coming through. So interesting. Just traveling, going on a vacation, exploring I'm hearing immediate surroundings, immediate areas. Could be another thing for the how. But the way she's looking at me, child, legs open, I don't know what to say. And it's clarified by the Seven of Swords. So it's like, child, you snatched their soul, and now they don't want you to leave, kind of energy. But what I'm seeing here is like, I don't know, these two suns are very close to the ground. That's something that keeps like coming through. So at nighttime, how at nighttime? Boy, at a club, at a rave, at a bonfire, you meet someone and they take you home and you just never leave, kind of energy. Because yeah, the King of Wands is someone who's ready to put that thing on you. If you know what that thing means, okay, if you're grown, if you're nasty, putting that thing on you and never wanting you to leave. So this person gets very attached to you, and that's the devil card coming through. They get very attached to you. They could tell you a few half-truths and say, oh yeah, it's fine, you can stay, da da da. Or no, I don't have any of this, I don't have any roommates, right? No, it's fine. Or someone you meet says, hey, I have an extra room, you want to come live there? No, I don't want, I'm not making any advances at you. No, I'm not attracted to you that way just to find out that they are. You know what I mean? And they could like, bribe you with like, you know, sexual favors to get you to live where they want to. Interesting. That is crazy. Okay. Anywho, let's get some more cards and see if we can get anything that makes this message any clearer. So I'm going to pull from the little deck of mermaids. How will my group threes move out on their own, please, Spirit? We have protection. Yeah, somebody can be stepping in to protect you, especially if you're coming off as someone who's down on their luck and who needs the help. Why are the cards going so crazy? Group 3, please, Spirit. Group 3. We have find your voice. That's the kind of vibe that I was getting as well. You being more open and being more outspoken will help you manifest more opportunities. Just speaking things into existence could also be good as well. Because wands, like I said, people are very good at manifesting and saying things and just wanting them and them happening. But there needs to be action taken as well. You can't just expect a house or an apartment to come fall into your lap. You have to apply to certain places, you know. Even if you think you're not going to make it in, apply, see what happens, and move on to the next one if it doesn't go well, you know. What else? And also in this protection, we have a woman and we have a man coming through once again. So it's definitely giving we're protecting each other. This could also be like a male friend. So the next person or what you'll be doing or the next house you'll be living in, whatever, could be with this male figure to your female figure or your female figure to their male figure. I'm not sure. And then we have find your voice. Yeah, something about speaking up. And then we have the elements. Got distracted. Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out if I want to read from the book or not. I probably do. We have like a lot of men with like beards coming through here. But anyway, yeah, we have find your voice, the elements, so nature was definitely coming through. Then we have protection. So when you're being protected from something by someone, we can read in the book. I want to read in the book from the elements. I'm hearing using everything at your disposal to get what you want. It's 26. No. I looked at the beginning. They said the elements. Why do I keep losing the word? That's crazy to me. Where is the elements? Oh, would it be on the next side? The elements is 79, the last card. Oh my. Okay. Is this what it is? No. Mother Nature. Okay, so in the 14th century, German-Swiss physician and alchemist Paracelsus wrote about elemental beings called the Undines or Undines. He theorized that the 4 classical elements, earth, water, air, and fire, were each combined or each inhabited by different spirits. An undine was the spiritual counterpart to water, as it could appear in human form as a human. Sometimes underlines have been depicted with the upper body of a woman and the lower body of a serpent. When this card is drawn, embrace the untamed energy that the elements and unexpected, that the elements and experience life in all its raw intensity. Yeah, that's the, King of Wands right there. Fiery passion, Leo. Unleash your fiery passion by releasing inhibitions and tap into your inner Undine by letting your emotions flow freely like water. So yeah, adding up all the things that you have are going for you around you and making something out of nothing, essentially. You know, grabbing stuff out of thin air. That's the magician energy coming through once again. Okay, let's see what's next. Let's pull from this deck here. This is the same one, I believe. Let me pull from this deck here. And I love how I was talking about talk that talk and walk that walk in some way, shape, or form. Then we have this person blowing their, you know, their horn. So it's important, it's imperative that you find your voice. Maybe speaking up and acting will make all the difference. Here we have Queen. I love that. We have King for another reading. And we have Feel the Feels. My group threes, please spur. How will they move out? We have lighting your path. Yeah. So there's a specific direction you have to take forward, and you have to like be able to pick up on the cues that lead you in the right direction. So for example, if you're lost in a maze and every time you fall asleep, I guess we could say, you see this green bush, you're kind of like, I feel like I've seen that green bush before. Where is it? And then you wake up and realize you've seen the bush in like the maze. You're going to keep following the clues your intuition's telling you and the outer world is giving you, especially with nature involved, and follow and take the lead, you know? I said follow and take the lead. So you may need a little bit of both when it comes to this. Interesting. Okay, now let's see if we can move on to when this will happen. Is there anything else for how? With the feel the feels, yeah, just emotions. The fact that, I'm gonna leave it alone. Because that is not what this reading is about. Oh my. Okay, yeah. But there's a lot of like feminine mixed with masculine energies coming through here. So sometimes be bold, sometimes be soft. But like know when to do both is definitely for an ingredient, prime ingredient for like how the rest comes to you, I guess. With friends out in nature, you have like epiphany moment and you're like, I know what I have to do, you know? This could come as a surprise to some of you. I just got like I don't know if I'm having heat flashes or I'm a little tired, but I just saw someone walking through a door with a new bed. And someone was like saying you shouldn't have, right? So someone you might find a place, right? But you don't really have money for bedding or you don't have money for certain things. But then someone's going to be like out of the bottom of their heart, like, here, they're going to come buy you a new bed and the next person's going to buy you this, going to buy you that. So even if you're barely making it, right, or you're scraping above water, there's still going to be people around that can like help you, you know? Yeah, I'm definitely getting the vibe that like friends put you onto something. Is that everything? Dancing, moving your body. Is that this group that was coming through for? I think that's it. This is also giving food. So celebrations, fun times. Maybe you end up meeting a roommate. You desperately need a roommate. You end up meeting one at one of these like functions that you go to. Like, oh, how's life? Horrible. I need a new roommate by the end of the month and stuff. But I don't have anybody that I know that has like $1,500 to pay every month for rent. You're like, oh, I got that. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. And that kind of thing could happen as well. Also using your, if you have like feminine charms, how using that, because like I said, exactly, we went over that already. Cool. Okay. Yeah, using your feminine charm, the devil card coming through here, just like using what you can to get where you need to go, right? Like, I'm not saying scheming and scamming, but I'm getting, if you need to show a little shoulder, show a little leg in order to get what you want, to lighten your path, to make things, you know, smoother and easier. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And in this card, in both these cards, all she's doing is showing some nice supple leg, right? Interesting. Okay. So we're gonna put these. Find your voice, the elements, and protection. I just want to see when this could be coming in. Is this group 3? I didn't even show you guys your crystal or nothing. I just started the reading. How rude. But you guys chose the rhodonite crystal. And the rhodonite crystal, where is it? Come to mama. Is all about inner peace, mindfulness, and balance. So inner peace and mindfulness is what the rhodonite is all about. So if you chose this crystal, that could be something you're going to be manifesting as well. That's something you're going to be manifesting as well. Inner peace and mindfulness. Okay, so let's get into the time. When will my group, 8 of Pentacles, so eight years is kind of OD. Like, no, we're not doing that. Sorry. Because Pentacles usually represent years, but we're not doing that right now. Group 3, please, when will they be moving out? We have Queen of Pentacles. It may take some time. When? Can I get a when, please? We have a Page of Swords. When will my group 3s be moving on their own, please, Spirit? When? Can we get a timeline card, please? Maybe when you meet a specific person, because we have 2 archetype cards coming through. When you meet a Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or you meet a Page of Swords, which would be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Here we have 8 of Pentacles coming out again, guys. Wow. They said we said what we said, and then here we have death. Ooh, I just heard till death do us part. Some of you could already be married, right? Or when you get married, that's when you move with this person. Or just, move in with someone, period. Or just move on in general. Wow, 8 of Pentacles is like giving 8 years. Page of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, and then we have death. So Scorpio season could be, significant here. Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus season. Page of Swords, Page of Swords would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius season. Now, your reading is being tricky, so this can be the reading where it takes the longest. Some of you can be very young. With the Page of Swords coming through here, it's going to take you more time to get on your feet than it would other people. For those of you who are my Queen of Pentacles, who have it all together, you're just kind of looking. I feel like it's more sooner rather than later. For those of you who are my creatives, who are trying to create your fantasy life right now, it may take a little longer for you guys as well. For others of you, it may happen like overnight, or you may get married to someone fairly quickly and move in with them. Interesting. Very interesting. Your cards going to be difficult, don't they? I'm not really getting a time here. And then we have the 6 of Cups coming through here. So that's kind of like 6 months. And see how this person's being helped. This child is being helped by someone older. Like, yeah, there's something here about you guys being young and needing like help from people who are older than you. It's like a big energy coming through here. So when? Maybe no time soon, maybe sometime soon for those of you who are giving Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is 8 of Pentacles, so this can be someone who you work with, or someone who you know that works really hard and is like good with like paint, who's good with their hands, who's good at work. I mean, a Queen of Pentacles is good at all these things, right? So a Queen of Pentacles could be coming into your life to help you move. If not, and you're just someone on your own, it may take some time because she's still learning how to aim an arrow. She hasn't learned anything fully yet. This little girl is still little, and she's like, I can't do everything with myself. I need help, And then we have death. There's so many more things in life you have to go through before you get to this. So it's giving you have one more ego death, one more dark night of the soul, one more thing to overcome before you can reach to this potential here. Interesting. I think that's all that I have for y'all, though. I don't know. Nothing else is really coming through. Let's see if we can get some more cards here. When will they move out on their own, please, Spirit? When? We went over how. Can we get a when now? We have move through loss. Yes. Yeah, there's still like some more things you have to go through in life before you're going to be able to move out on your own. But I do feel like you're going to have people around you protecting you and helping you. 8 of Pentacles is, like I said, giving 8 years. For those of you who are really young, it could literally be like 8 years, right? For those of you who are a little older, it could be 6 months, but you're going to need help from people around you. You know what I mean? 8 of Pentacles also means mastering. You still have a lot of things to master. So you're not really ready yet, or not going to be ready for a little bit, right? But move through loss, that's crazy. I'm like, yeah, death, you still have some more things to kind of, go through. Now, let's see what else is coming through. Can we get another card for when will they be able to move out? My group 3, please, Spirit. How many? 2 is fine. We have lighting your path. This came through. Did this come through for your group already, or was it group 2? I don't remember. And then we have feel all the feels. So yeah, there's still some things for you to experience and for you to feel and for you to overcome before this thing's come to be. But 8 years is the max for some of you, Lord. And 6 of Cups is the minimum for others of you, okay? It just depends. Take what resonates. This is not a personal reading, so I can't give you an exact, like, it's happening in 5 days. Like, no. It's not coming through that way to me. It's coming through very abstract and very hard. So I do feel like it could be farther away because it was even hard for me to figure out how. Maybe some of you are like couch surfing or couch hopping where you, like I said, go home with someone, sleep with them, then you're like on their couch for a few days until you get sick of them, then you move on to the next person. That's the kind of energy I'm getting, where things are like, you're not even still settled as a person for you to have or, figure things out. So I hope if you're watching, things move quicker than 8 years, but yeah, 6 months to 8 years for y'all. Okay, so I hope this reading resonated. I'm sorry for all the long pauses, right? But this move through loss is like not her crying. No, she's so little. I don't like that for her. Like, look, what's wrong? She's so small. Yeah, I'm sorry for all the long pauses. It was taking me, like, I was pulling from every resource trying to figure out a message for y'all, and it was taking a minute to come through. So I hope it resonated. I hope you're still here watching. I love you guys. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye.